The famous "I'll have what she's having" scene. Tell me about being on the other side of that. I know she wasn't comfortable at first, like really going for it. What changed that?
Well, Rob then said, no, I didn't really need it like this, and we had 100 extras in the Deli, and then Rob then had a gigantic orgasm, and everyone applauded, and he took me aside and said I shouldn't have done that. I just had an orgasm in front of my mother, who was, Estelle was the one who said, I'll have what she's having, so. Yeah.
And the line wasn't originally in the script, is that true? How did it generate?
No, it came in a rehearsal, and I came up with a line when we were talking about doing the scene. Meg said, we were talking about the phenomenon of women faking orgasms, and nobody understood that that's possible, especially Rob. And Meg said, well, I should have one. I should have one. And I went, yeah, like in a public place, in a restaurant. And we started laughing. And I said, then we'll cut to a woman who says, I'll have what she's having. And then we're all like hysterical. So here we are years later. It's one of the more famous lines in the movies now.
And you were just ripping at the time.
Yeah, well, that's what, that's one of the great things about having a director like Rob, where we had 2 weeks of rehearsal, but we had weeks and weeks of talking. And so he and I were the male point of view, and then Nora and Meg were the female point of view, and then when Bruno joined us, and the same with Carrie, it became, he said, she said, and that's what made the script really good.
I was talking to Billy, of course, about the famous "I'll have what she's having" scene, and I know Meg wasn't super comfortable at first, really going for it. Tell me from your point of view how you got her there.
Well, the thing is, there's the crew there, there's a cast. it's a little nerve-wracking. And, my mother has the famous last line, and she's sitting there. And after the first couple, I said, here, Meg, let me show you what I said, because you got to go full out. And I sat down opposite Billy, and I started pounding the table and going, yes, yes, yes. And I realized I'm having an orgasm in front of my mother, And Billy said it was like being on a date with Sebastian Cabot, which is an old reference that probably nobody gets.
And do you thank Billy for the fact that he came up with the famous?
Oh, yeah. Billy came up with that line, and it's the funniest line of any movie I've ever done. So there you go.
Last question: can men and women be friends?
Can they? You tell me.
I don't know. I'm still
Either do I. That's why this movie's great.
If you love that video, you're going to love everything on the Access YouTube channel. So hit the subscribe button. You can thank me later. Hit it.